Many men think that being too gentle or always giving in will make them more desirable to women, but in reality, it can actually make you lose respect. Stoicism teaches that assertiveness is not about being rude or dominant, but about having strong principles and not being easily swayed. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Stay true to yourself. Don't let the world change you for no good reason." So how to be an assertive man without appearing arrogant? And why do women respect a man with principles more? Number 1. Understand the difference between assertiveness and aggressiveness. Many people misunderstand assertiveness and aggressiveness. They think that being assertive means speaking loudly, being dominant, or even imposing your will. But assertiveness is about clarity, self-control, and confidence, not about dominating or intimidating others. As Epictetus said, if someone tries to control you through his anger, realize that the problem is not in you, but in him. This is the essence of assertiveness, keeping control of oneself without letting emotions take over. Simple analogy. Imagine two people facing a conflict. One person is calm, speaks clearly, and shows his boundaries without excessive emotion. The other is yelling, angry, and trying to force his opinion. Which one is stronger? Which one is more respected? The answer is clear, controlled assertiveness is always more respected than unbridled aggression. Assertiveness comes from a strong sense of confidence and self-understanding, whereas aggressiveness is often born from an inability to control emotions. Seneca once said, "The strongest man is not the one who shouts the loudest, but the one who is best able to control himself." So, if you want to be respected and heard, focus on assertiveness rooted in calmness and clarity, not aggression that only creates tension. Number 2. Have clear and consistent principles. A man without principles is like a ship without direction, easily swayed by waves and winds from outside. If you want to be respected, both by women and by those around you, then you must have clear principles and remain consistent in living by them. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Stay true to the path that common sense tells you is best. Don't deviate just because others don't agree with it." This means that if you know what is right, then stick to that path without seeking validation from others. Why is this important? Clear principles give you a strong foundation for making decisions and dealing with situations. Without principles, you will be easily swayed by other people's opinions, social pressure, or even emotional manipulation. On the contrary, when you are consistent with your principles, others will see you as someone who has integrity and is not easily swayed. Epictetus reminds us, if you want to thrive, be prepared to be considered strange by others. And it's true, men with strong principles often look different, but that's what earns them respect. So, decide on your values, live them consistently, and don't let anyone sway you. Number 3. Don't be afraid to say no. Many people find it difficult to say no. They are afraid of disappointing, afraid of being disliked, or even afraid of being considered selfish. But what happens if you always say yes? You'll lose your boundaries, be easily taken advantage of, and eventually feel exhausted and lose control of your own life. Seneca once said, "If you don't know where you're going, then all the winds will take you in the wrong direction." This means that if you don't have the courage to say no to things that don't align with your principles, you'll keep getting dragged into situations you don't want to be in. Why is saying no important? Saying no doesn't mean you're stubborn or don't care about others. Rather, it is a form of self-respect. A man who dares to say no to something that goes against his values is a man who has control over his life, and people, including women, will respect someone who knows what he wants more than someone who just goes with the flow without a stand. As Epictetus taught, it's not the things outside of you that bother you, but the way you respond to them. So, when something doesn't fit your values or boundaries, don't be afraid to say no. It's better to be respected for your assertiveness than favored for always giving in. Number 4. Control emotions. Don't overreact. Many people think that showing a strong reaction means showing strength. They are quick to anger, quick to take offense, or even overreact to small situations. In fact, losing control of your emotions is not a sign of strength. On the contrary, it's a sign of weakness. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have control over your thoughts, not the events out there. Realize this, and you will find strength." This means, no matter how others treat you, how situations develop, the only thing you can control is how you respond to them. Why is emotion control important? When you can control your emotions, you won't be easily provoked. You won't let situations or other people influence your decisions. People will see you as someone who is mentally strong, who is not easily swayed by the words or actions of others. As Epictetus taught, a free man is one who is not controlled by his emotions. So if you want to be respected, if you want to be a strong and resilient man, then master your emotions. Don't let yourself be a slave to anger or impulsive reactions. Number 5. Use strong and clear words. Have you ever felt that others don't take you seriously? Or maybe you often feel that your opinions are ignored. One of the reasons could be the way you speak too hesitant, too wordy, or not assertive enough. If you want to be respected, your words need to carry weight, firm, clear, and without hesitation. Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not a one-time action, but a habit. This also applies to the way you speak. If you keep speaking hesitantly, others will see you as unsure. But if you make a habit of speaking assertively, others will begin to respect you. How to speak assertively. Speaking assertively doesn't mean speaking loudly or rudely. It means speaking with conviction, without hesitation, and to the point. Use short, concise, and clear sentences. Don't avoid eye contact, and don't end your sentence in a tone that sounds like a question if it's not a question. As Seneca taught, speak only when your words are better than silence. So make sure every word that comes out of your mouth has meaning, has power, and reflects your assertiveness. Number 6. Don't seek validation from others. Many people live with fear. Fear of not being liked, fear of being criticized, fear of not being accepted. They measure their self-worth by the opinions of others, as if their happiness depends on external validation. But is such a life really free? Or is it a prisoner of other people's expectations? Epictetus once said, "If you want to be bothered less, don't mind what doesn't concern you." This means the more you depend on external validation, the more easily you are controlled by others. Your life isn't about meeting their expectations, it's about living your own principles. Why is not seeking validation important? Confident people don't need approval from others to feel valuable. They know what they are doing, they believe in their decisions, and they are not easily swayed by criticism or rejection. If you're always looking for validation, you're giving others the power to determine your worth. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your mind. So, stop seeking validation from others. Focus on your own growth, live your principles firmly, and let the confidence come from within, not from external praise or recognition. Number 7. Stay calm in difficult situations. In the midst of a difficult situation, most people immediately react emotionally, panic, anger, or even giving up. But does that solve the problem, or does it just make things worse? A true gentleman, one who understands the principles of Stoicism, knows that calmness is the greatest strength in the face of challenges. As Seneca said, adversity reveals who we really are. This means that how you act in difficult situations is a true reflection of your character. If you panic, you become a slave to your emotions. But if you stay calm, you show control over yourself. How to stay calm in difficult situations? First, take a deep breath and don't react instantly. Second, ask yourself, is this in my control? If it is, focus on finding a solution. If not, accept the situation and do the best with what you can control. Third, remember that every challenge is temporary. No storm lasts forever. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your thoughts, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So, in any situation, stay calm. For when others lose control, your calmness will be the force that sets you apart. Number 8. Honor yourself, then others will honor you. If you don't respect yourself, why should others? Many people expect to be treated well, respected and recognized, but they themselves do not show respect for themselves. This is the essence of assertiveness, honoring yourself first before expecting respect from others. Epictetus once said, "Don't expect others to treat you well if you don't respect yourself." This means that respect comes from within, not from external validation. If you let others belittle you or cross your boundaries, it's not their fault. It's because you didn't set boundaries yourself. How to respect yourself? First, identify your values and principles. Don't let anyone step on your dignity for the sake of being accepted or liked. Second, set boundaries. Don't hesitate to say no if something goes against your principles. Third, treat yourself well, whether it's how you talk to yourself, make decisions, or take care of yourself physically and mentally. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Respect yourself more than the opinions of others." This means that when you respect yourself, others will see that and will naturally treat you better. So don't seek respect from the outside, build it from the inside, and the world will adjust. Number 9. Show assertiveness through actions, not just words. Assertiveness is not just about speaking loudly or looking confident in words. True assertiveness is seen in action. Many people can talk a big game, but only a few actually act on their words. And in the real world, actions always speak louder than words. As Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not a one-off action, but a habit. This means that your assertiveness is not measured by promises or words, but by how you act every day. How to show assertiveness through action? First, don't promise something you can't keep. Let your results speak for themselves. Second, be consistent. If you have principles, execute them without hesitation. Don't say you're disciplined if in reality you're always procrastinating. Third, face challenges with courage. True assertiveness is seen when you stick to your values even under pressure. Seneca once said, "Don't talk about how one should live it." If you want to be respected as an assertive person, don't just say that you are assertive, show it with your actions, because in the end, the world doesn't judge what you say, but what you do. Assertiveness is not about dominance or aggressiveness. It's not about winning or losing a conversation, but about having control over yourself and acting with conviction. In a world full of distractions and social expectations, many people lose their identity by trying too hard to please others. However, the philosophy of Stoicism teaches that a strong man is not a man who is always trying to be liked, but a man who knows who he is and sticks to his principles. As Marcus Aurelius said, if you have control over your thoughts and actions, then no one can have control over you. Assertiveness is not about being dominant. It's about being someone who has principles, doesn't waver easily, and is respected for actions, not just words. So, from now on, stop trying to please everyone. Stop hesitating in making decisions. Dare to live according to the values you believe in, because in the end, men who are respected are not those who are always trying to please others, but those who stand firmly on their own beliefs.